a bit skew with. All right, there's no one watching, but somebody might be watching. So welcome to this non-canon stream. It's not part of the regular streams. It's probably going to get taken down a little while, although I'm pretty lazy. It might get left up. Just getting some things tidied up in the shed. It's the last night of freedom. That sounds really terrible, but work starts back tomorrow. I am properly anxious. People are like, oh, I'm just anxious to get started. I'm just anxious. So I'm going to try and do stuff in here because there's no point in trying to, go to bed and sleep because I'm just kind of hardwired and I've had way too much caffeine in the last 2 weeks. So I'm going to drink some hot water, which my $7 kettle, which became part of an English project last year, has now boiled. And I've got some cold water. I wish I could be putting the DeWalt coffee maker, the new and improved Makita coffee maker, to use, but that will have to be for another time. And I'm hoping to actually put a little sort of coffee making nook out there in the workshop at large, and hopefully do that before there's a workshop tour. But anyway, I'm just going to muddle in and out, getting my drink. Talk among yourselves. Where did I put my mug? There. This kettle's been sitting since about November, so it's going to be full of dust. So I might scientifically throw away the first cup and then do it again. That looks mighty dusty. One moment. I'll put on some weeds. The weeds at the workshop door are the most hardy weeds I've ever had. So far, they've survived petrol, kerosene, brake cleaner, boiling water, ultrasonic cleaning liquid with degreaser. There's just stuff happening all over. By the way. I'm being reminded to practice my German for Duolingo, but I've got a streak freeze. But I might no, it's probably not a wise chance to use it on the last night of before work goes back. I should probably actually do a lesson. There you go. Yeah, it's as dusty as I thought it would be. That's all right. But taking the chance to remove some of the stuff from under the bench, which I know no one can see. And the floor is always covered in 3D printing wisps and skirts and, support material and stuff. But I'm just trying to, find a way to tidy things up and make this somewhere that I'll be able to come back to and relax, dare I say. That's probably a dirty word when you're a teacher, but relax. I don't want to be that teacher that complains about teaching all the time. I think what happens when you do a job, and other people have done this, when you do a job for like 20 years, you change and the job changes. And sometimes you change and the job changes and you both trend in the same direction. I think what's happened with teaching and me is that we've changed and we've just trended further apart. I've got the old imposter syndrome, so I'm always pretty critical of myself. I think I've still got the skills to do it, but, you can do it, but do you love it? It certainly pays the bills, but I'm finding I've got things that I need to do in my own time. Otherwise, I would probably end up resenting it. So that's not that, I'm going to try to not say anything in this stream that could get me fired for my opinion on teaching, but it is purely an opinion. And, that's not a reflection of the place I work for or anything. It's just an opinion. It's what I have, what I'm entitled to. If my good friend Lee is watching, I have found some more batteries for you. So that's a 7.4 volt LiPo, and this, it's got a balance plug as well. That's a 3.7 and a 3.7, but I don't know if it is a 7.4 as well. So there you go. And I've also found a 3.6 volt. It is a non-canon. I'm going to guess that's duff. So I'm not even going to give you that one. I'm actually going to put it in the bin for the recycling because non-canons are crap. If anyone's wondering what's on the bench, I had a real battle on today because my son and I have been fixing some lawnmowers, some Victor 4-stroke mowers. I think he got interested. He knew that a few years before he was born, I fixed a couple of lawnmowers, and then he wanted to do the same. So we've done a lot of fixing of these 4-stroke mowers with like Briggs and Stratton engines. And we've kind of fixed two and a bit. Like the third one's running, it shakes like buggery. It doesn't appear to be a bent crankshaft, but it does probably have a broken blade adapter. So we were driving, we do a scrap run. We go past the scrap metal man's place, and there was an identical engined Victor mower in the skip outside the scrap man. And I've been kind of saying, well, no, we don't really have room to do it. But part of me just wants to go back and nick the blade adapter or the engine out of it because I don't want to be beaten by it. Because I think if I'm beaten by it, it kind of reinforces the opinion I have on myself. So I can't be. But I'm probably going to have to admit that, I've pumped a lot of cash into this thing and it just doesn't work. It's never going to be right, as good as new. The other two, great. The other two work really well. Third one, not so much. So, sorry, I'll turn the camera so you can see what I'm doing if you honestly give a crap. So I'm just trying to rearrange stuff over here. And I don't know what this JB World. Do you have to store it at a certain temperature? Oh, I think this one started to leak. This one's like seeping through the packet down there. I think it might be done for. It's probably okay. Is it still? Yeah, it's still. Should use gloves. Don't let it touch this. What I might do is put them in here, and I might go and stick them in the fridge along with this super glue. And although not that one, do not put that one in the fridge because it will cure with moisture. So do not put that one in the fridge. Go and put that one on a dry shelf. I'm going to go put these in their respective places. Keeping the super glue in the fridge is something I got from my dad. When he had his repair shop, he always kept the super glue in the fridge. I'm guessing it's meant to be for. I don't know. That's my post analyzer thing, and I should probably read it to figure out what one LED is. I did have a thought about that. Does one LED mean that I've got it plugged in backwards? I found a knob, 3D printed knob. There was a tub of knobs. Where did my knobs go? There's my knobs. There we go. There's a small start to things. What have we got on the bench? We've got this. So that's what I meant to say. We didn't pick up a lawnmower because Scott picked up a Victor blower vac from out front of someone's house that the dog had chewed the cable off. So what I've managed to do is get the cord reattached back at the motor end with a new piece of cord from my old drill press, which had a nice piece of flex on it. This, I don't know, that might clean up. It's probably okay. I'll wait and see what it's like in here, because obviously this end terminates at the switch, and then this bit joins on from the switch. Or this bit goes all the way through. That would be a nightmare. And then it's just a switch positive or something, or a switched active, I should say, at the switch. I don't know. Might be. I don't know. But it's got tri-wing bits, and my tri-wing bits are at work from doing the laser cutters, so I can't get that open tonight. I've got one part, and I can test I've tested the motor with having it just plugged in at the wall, because the other cable bit still has a cable on it, and that worked. I'd like to mount my supercomputer picture thing, but I need to 3D print like a frame for it. But ho-hum, there's lots of crap that I haven't done. Where am I going to put the clock? I need to drill a hole for Greg and then screw Greg to the wall. I might do that, because why not? Yeah, true. Meatloaf was right. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I mean, when it's a Briggs and Stratton mower, it's a carburetor problem, and it's usually that it's just full of crap. All 3 of them, it's been a carburetor problem. That's why they don't run them. They get hard to start because they just need a carby cleaner. Who can be bothered doing it? Scott and I go for a drive in the rich part of town, because you find all like the mining workers that have got, they earn good money, but they have no free time, or no time when the mower shop might be open, or any kind of repair place might be open, apart from maybe a mechanic, to get stuff fixed. So when stuff breaks, they usually just chuck it out on the front verge and get a hard rubbish collection, or wait for someone to come and take it, and then go and buy another one because stuff's cheap. That's the way they do it. So yeah, I'm missing some boxes over here now. I know you probably see my stash of boxes at the show time, Matt, and think, what the fuck is he doing? But the plan is to try and consolidate stuff into fewer and fewer boxes. Or is that more boxes? I don't know. So these Tactics ones are all right, but I think what I really needed here was the ones with just drawers. So what I might do, because I'm really, really into it now, I'm invested now, is I might buy another few DeWalt cases with the 2 drawers and sort of stack them up. That might be like my Christmas wish list or something for the next couple of years, and get them done. And maybe put up like a hook for test leads. So I've always got crocodile clips and meter test leads and stuff around. That's probably a good idea. I mean, that sounds like something that some smart person might do. Who knows? I'll go get the heat shrink in, and I'll put that in the big heat shrink box, and that'll get one little bag out. That goes up there because that's a stupid little camera thing. I should put all my little camera things together, but it's just like, oh, get another box for little camera things. I get another box for that. Get another box. So the motor had the wire nuts, the thing that people that don't want you to fix things. Do I keep them? Or throw them away? I'll have to throw them away in disgust. Yeah, a heap of wire nuts, and then a castellated washer on the little stud that goes through the handle, so you can't undo the screw and take the cord out. So it's not like things are only made to not be fixed now. They've been made to not be fixed for a little while, but that's all right. that's just the way it is, isn't it? That's the way of the world. Now I could probably go through and, like, you know, sort out all these things, but I'm noticing that this heat shrink, it's heat shrink and the zip ties. Oh well, I'd say all these little heat shrinks can go together, and I'll take. Oh, it's like a friggin' rainbow of zip ties. It's like someone stabbed the zip tie fairy. Good Lord, look at them, they're everywhere. They're breeding. Maybe I just grabbed it. Did I grab a handful of heat shrink and zip ties at some point? Maybe this bag should have gone in the show kit for, like, running repairs. Never mind. What I'll probably I nearly did it. Nearly put up the wrong one. What I should have done is got like a bigger Ziploc bag, like something like that, and just put these pieces and some zip ties in it and gone and thrown it in the show kit, shouldn't I? That's what a smart person might do. But what would I do? They are quite pissy little zip ties, though. They're more 3D printer side. No, I'm not using them. Put them in with the pissy 3D printer zip ties. If you're going to use zip ties, use proper ones, yeah? Well, at least bigger than that. They're bloody useless. You want something bigger than that. But then again, I used my my ferrule crimper, which was good. That's Ferrule. My ferrule crimper today, because I didn't have any wire nuts to put this cord back in this blower thing, so I used ferrules and crimped, 2 wires into one ferrule and put it into a Blue Point type connector, just to insulate it. I got the box of looking for Blue Point connectors, and I had to get the box of electrical gear out, but I nearly had to resort to those, but I didn't, because I didn't really know what kind of current load they could take anyway. So I went for something that was at least designed for sort of mains voltage for lighting. And other potentially sort of high current situations. I'm glad to see you got home all right, mate. That was good. It was nice to see you. So now I've just got to figure out how to get all this shit back in this box. I've got so much. I've got standoff boards and punch down tools and keystones. And so many of these little RJ45 connectors that I can't terminate because, well, I've got a big load of cable actually. I should probably just get a heap of it out and start practicing, but I don't have the tool. I should buy the tool. I mean, there's a reason to buy the tool, isn't it? Got a light switch, blanking plate. I wonder if I can just start putting some of these things together, like so they fit closer together in a bag. This is all gear left over from the old house when we wired up the shed and we needed backing boxes and stuff and, risers and... Geez, how far off the wall would you need it to be to do that? I suppose it happens, Anywho, so I've got to get all this out and then start with the biggest bits first, I reckon. Conduit. Some ceiling rows. And then, oh, hello, lost a keystone. If you ever need conduit bends, call me. Oh, hello, that's from Tesla. I don't know. I wonder if now that I'm not in a hurry, backing plates. Are they backing plates? Is that their name? I'm plasterboard brackets or whatever, but I knew them as backing plates, but then again, I never worked with them as you know, in the trade. So what the feck do I know? Some hollow wall anchors and some. There's another plate. Kind of wish I'd done a trade. I reckon that would be really cool. I'm sure everyone that does a job, like I say, anyone that does a job for a long period of time probably finds that they don't get the same amount of enjoyment out of it as they used to. Maybe what I should do is use that Ziploc bag and gather up all these little pieces and put them together in it. Congregate all the little bits in a Ziploc bag. Maybe that's a good idea. RJ45. Blanking things, screws, plugs, more blanking bits. There's a bend. Glands. The only problem, I could never find the size heat shrink that I needed, and so I bought a big job lot of it from like AliExpress or Banggood or something at the time, and it just arrived in lots of little grouped up bags. So then I went, well, it'd be a shame to just empty all these into one big bin, so I decided I would get lots of smaller bins. Double nut, why not? All right, I'm going to get a wee bag. Oh, Jesus. But I must be risk averse, I think. I think I also engage in too much navel gazing. I should probably just shut the fuck up and just do work. I'm sure everyone at work would rather I did that. Run a poll. What should I do today? Shut the fuck up and do your work. Well, there's a washer. And a big bit of earth sleeving. Handy stuff with an old house. Save it from all your light fittings. Put all the hollow wall anchors in there. Hollow wall. Every little blanking button and just in case. Little screw cap covers. And I'm terrible with getting that. Can anyone actually get them out from old PowerPoints, the little screw cap covers, or is it standard fare to just stab them with your screwdriver and pull them out that way? Because I've never been able to get them out without breaking them anyway. There are very few places I've been to, especially where people do their own electrical type work. Not rewire their houses, but you know, they do change PowerPoints and stuff that no one's ever got those caps on for very long, because as soon as you're going to get to it again, you just have to stab it to get them out. That is mighty dusty. Time for another cut. I'm trying to buy some galvanized pipe in longer than 600mm lengths, because I've got pipe clamps that I bought for my birthday for woodworking projects and gluing up big panels and whatnot, and they are all really, really short, because the only pipe lengths I can buy. Oh, found another punch down. Yeah, I got 3. New watch. I'll put them somewhere and I go, where's all the punch down tool? I found it. I can never find them. A rope thimble. It's a thimble of my commitment. Oh, that's a shit joke. Right, more blanking bits. These are going to be organised for about 5 minutes, I reckon. Oh, there you go. I've got another lot of bags. Awesome. 1 second. I've just found. Don't fall down. Oh, Jesus! There's a. Sorry. Oh, it's quite big. It's quite a hefty bag for what is a very small. No, I'm not going to do that. There's got to be a smaller one somewhere here. Jesus, there's always bloody bags floating around. What's that? Belts. Always bags and stuff floating around in here. Jesus, look at that spider. Hell. He's a fair size. Can I get him out so you can see him? Ooh. He's hiding. He's hiding under the Amiga 500 RAM expansion. You see him in there? There he is. There you go. Well, I mean, he's not that big. Now he says. But he is alive. Yeah. He's getting into the fuck you pose. Maybe I should fill that drawer up with bug spray in a bit. There you go. It's like those people that keep snakes and they've got them in big drawers, you know, and they pull them out and the thing launches at their face and they go, oh, here's my favourite. Why? Well, I can steal this one because I do not use these belt clips for drills and stuff because I'm not proper tradie. I'm a fucking poser. So, but it is a nice bag. Sorry, Mr. DeWalt clip. You got the wrong man. I'll put you in the scrap box. Sorry, I put you in the scrap box. Yeah, stabbing's the method. I watched, someone hamming up, an electrician on YouTube today. But interestingly, we had that experience when somebody came to help us fit our oven at our old house. And there was no sort of like, jab saw or plasterboard saw. He just got his big pair of, fencing pliers and smashed a hole in the wall to feed the cable through. I thought, yeah. And then we wondered later on why we got mice, where they were coming from. And then we kind of figured it out. We got a plague of those little European cockroaches, and they were coming in from the warmth and whatnot that was behind the oven in the wall cavity, and then we had our cooktop that cooktop suddenly stopped working, and then we sort of unplugged it. Thank goodness my uncle was the repair agent, and it was so embarrassing. We were that family that he opened it up and just all these bugs went. So we had the fumigators came in and did the whole place, and they said, you've got this cavity behind your oven that wasn't sealed up. Who installed your oven? I'm like, oh, just a local person that we could find. So I'm going to put my pieces in. I'm going to try and Phillips. Phillips. I get tagged in a retro Phillips vacuum cleaner. It was like father and son's interest combined on Marketplace, but it was in Port Pirie, so too far away. On the last day of break, it was a stretch. It was a bridge too far, unfortunately. Oh, what a save. Right. Whoa, what a save. I properly saved it then. This is... I was thinking this is getting too easy, and then I found all the large awkward pieces over here, so... I think there's probably a better way to sort of nest these. And now I say nest these, and all I can think of is We Are the Nestines. That's so sad. I must have adapted something at some point. No, I think that might have been Scott adapted something. And I went, they're bloody expensive, give it back. Being a loving and compassionate parent. All right. These are... Oh, they're quite awkward, so get them in first. That's an awkward one, so get that one in first. A little junction box. 3 punch down tools. I'll put them all in what I'm now calling the DIY Sparky box. And that can now go and live on a shelf, probably until tomorrow, when I can at least be assured that there are no more blue points in there. So I'll need to buy some at the wholesaler tomorrow on the way home. Although I might need to just use like I might even have to use like spade terminals or even solder them, because geez, there's not much room in there for blue points. You know, couldn't get away with Wagos in there. So I mean, I think it'll probably just be, you know, a very simple switch mechanism. It might be terminated with some spades on the switch, possibly, but we'll see. I'm hoping I can preserve that, and so I really only have to worry about this end to the switch. We will bloody see. So can't really get it open with anything right now, so there's not really much point in messing around. And then I've got I meant to say, I've been trying to chase down the person that won the big supercomputer for so long. I finally caught up with them because I now teach their children again. And they were, oh, that thing, I don't, you know, we only entered that, you can keep it. So I guess we'll reuse it for the raffle this year. I'll keep it handy, and it's still wrapped up in its bubble wrap. We tried out the new dryer. It dries things. Oh, does it dry them? It dries them drier than dry, apparently. Not that I bloody know. I approached the new tumble dryer like I approached religion and asked questions. And that really irritated the salesperson at Harvey Norman. Oh, so you say this dryer is much better than the other one. I see that it's far less efficient. Can you explain how it's better than the other? Well, it's a Bosch. You get much better quality. Okay, in what way is it better quality? Well, it just is. It's Bosch. I'm going to need more than that. She was none too pleased. Oh no. Have I got some double A's? Are there any double A's? Ooh. Are these charged, I wonder? Who knows? Let's try it. I can put on my TARDIS lights. That'd be nice. That'll make me feel happy. Happy and acknowledged and wonderful. Nope. Right, note to self, get a AA charger in here. Or rig up. That's what I could do. I should make a charger for the so I could hook it up to the Sky RC charger, couldn't I? That'd be all right. Oh, look, I've got 2 Chevron batteries. So are these charged? I don't feel like there's much in them. Oh, they're going. The lights are on. The lights are on, the doctor's in. Can you see the lights are on? Maybe you can. Sorry. Blair Witch Project. There we go. The doctor's in. Ooh. I mean, ooh. And I'll just hang up test leads and Ethernet cables and things. USB cords that don't fucking work. I say, I've sworn the stream will get. I'm not earning any money anyway, so the stream won't do anything. Oh no, I'll be demonetized. I like how they say demonetized instead of demonetized. Or are they saying it because they're being demonized? I don't know. But I should make a charger for the IMAX battery charger, and then I could just plug them in and charge them out there. That'd be good. I just need some kind of like a battery holder. I don't need a little rubbish scalpel hobby knife in here, so I'm going to put that out with the other rubbish scalpel hobby knives in the great nether, in the nether regions. I know Scott really loves this, but the elastic's a bit, yeah. I'll keep it, but I'm not using it. At least I'm drinking hot water instead of coffee, so. I could have a day off. I could say I got bitten by it's a computer bug. What is in there? Oh, that's a foot from my little TV. This is my standard VHS test tape now. Is Don Spencer's for kids. Probably until someone discovers something really unscrupulous about Don Spencer, and then I will never use it again. Oh, there's my. Oh, look! I found my thing. Found my adapter for the coffee machine. I found it. It's in that lovely anti-theft blue, and it doesn't normally come with this. This was an eBay purchase where I can convert a DeWalt battery to a Makita, but I can also output 5 volts. So I thought that was quite nifty. If yeah, but yeah, that's the 18 volt thing. I'm quite liking the idea of going cordless tools in the workshop. I mean, I probably wouldn't have, a cordless table saw, but I certainly am now considering like getting a cordless miter saw, smaller, but with a sliding mechanism. I think that'd be really good. Apologies if I've already rambled on about this. I probably have. Maybe I should fix something. I've got a small toy motorbike from Scott to fix. So maybe I should pull my finger out and actually fix that with my Whiz battery. Not my Whiz bangery, but my Whiz battery, and I'll hang up my thwacker. my thwacker back up there. Oh, and there was another sign that I tried to shameless self-promotion. That's all finished. I need that. It'd be good to put the dehydrator in here as well, so I could dry filaments in here rather than just out in the shed. It would be good. They are knackered, and they are for Lee, so I'll move them out of the way. And that's a little screw. Let's see if I can scrap box. Ugh. I think one of those may have been leaking some electrolyte from that alkaline battery. I reckon this bench is clear enough to try and fix a thing, maybe. So I'm going to try and remember how this goes together. This poor toy motorbike has had a rough life. Partially because, you know, he's really enthused by it. It's actually broken in a couple of places. The suspension arm has broken in there, and that's an actual spring. So the spring still compresses, but the linkage is broken, and there's not really much I can do about that. But the other one is the handlebar, because I don't know whether these are aimed at being, you know, kids' toys really, or whether they are. You know, I'm going to have to try and glue that in two places. You know what would almost be better is to hold it and put a soldering iron on it and try and melt it together. I think I'm going to have to get one and like put some glue on it and then spray some activator and burn my fingers, and then do the same on the other one. Or two. Maybe I'll glue both and spray the activator. Maybe that'll work if I can. I reckon I can hold that there and get both things lined up, sort of like that. You need to have it some way that I can hold it and glue it at the same time. It's one of two things to fix. See, there's not really much. There's meant to be a little tab. Oh, there is a little tab, and that little nipple goes on that tab. So it might really need some sort of gel glue to lock that in. Yeah, I can do that, but then I can't. I've got a third hand to spray it. So how am I going to do this? I need to find some way to sort of stand this up. If only there was, I don't know, like a piece of wood or something around. Never mind, these will do. And then I can try and sort of, at least then that's held there, and I should be able to keep getting the which bit's which confused on here. So even that's broken. If I can hold that there and that there enough that I can maybe get it to stick while the activator goes on. Oh, I can see a little screw there. Is it worth taking that screw out? If I unscrew that, will this headstock come off? Those aren't real shocks. So do I give it a go? Is there a little screwdriver here? Is it like a tiny driver bit? It's just like a real motorbike. When you break the handlebars, you can replace them. All right, well, that makes it a bit easier, Because now I should just be able to set these like this. Did you see there's a new binky? I just watched the new binky tonight. It was great. Oh, look, and I can set that like that, and it will... Oh, that's the way it is. So I'm going to do it. You know what the funny thing is? I'm now going to have to go back and get the glue out of the fridge that I put away as the first job tonight. This is how messes are made. This is how that Victor vacuum thing started. I'd cleaned up. You know, the Jaws build is nigh on complete, apart from adding some brown contact to the upper handle and finding a little tiny carabiner type clip. Oh, there you go. This gear's nearly done with. Okay, move that out of the way. The other thing is with all these CA glues and activators, they stink. I think this might need some hot glue. But we'll see. You ever use that stuff and it melts the plastic you're trying to glue together? That's the other fun bit. But, you know, super glue is not really good at structural stuff, is it? I definitely understand why my dad used to say, oh, super glue is not great at fixing everything. I mean, look, they are quite on the piss, but hopefully it'll look better than it did. I might need to reinforce that with quite a large blob of hot glue. So why not get the hot glue gun out as well? All the bracketry. Oh, it was real bracket porn night, wasn't it? Hot glue. Where is the hot glue gun? Where is the hot glue gun? Oh, I found it. Ooh, what the hell's that? Oh. Phew. Thought it was broken. It's one of the few tools that I've kept without replacing on a, you know, twice yearly basis. This is probably one of the tools that I have genuinely been happy with. Quite happy with my hot glue gun. Oh, I'll tell you what, that activator really friggin' stinks though. Bring that one up. And then once it's sort of reinforced with a couple of blobs, I'll put it back. Oh, third cup of hot water while that's warming up. Sorry to keep leaving you to make hot water. I should just Skype you instead. I actually came home and made 2 videos that I don't know whether I'll put out, but they were just ultrasonic cleaning. And I found a circuit board a long time ago at the scrap merchant, and when I was cleaning out the van today, I found it. And I thought, I wonder how well that would clean up in my little ultrasonic cleaner. So I popped it in the ultrasonic cleaner for, you know, the standard 5 minutes with just water, nothing else. And it came up all right. And then I thought, well, what I'll do is with the same water, I'll add some cleaning agent and put it on for another 5 minutes at 50 degrees Celsius. And it was all right. There was still obviously some like corrosion on the copper, but you know, it was much cleaner than it was. I suppose there might be some circuit board cleaning gear that's available. That is actually on. So it's warming up, but it's probably the heating element in this is probably just like a giant resistor, isn't it? It just, you know, heats up, you know, coils of wire heating up. Oh my God, did I just say the heating element heats up? Jeez, I'm a fucking idiot. I still haven't recorded my voiceover yet either. I was about to, and then something horrible happened. I heard my fucking voice. And I thought, yeah, that's probably not a good thing. No one needs to hear that. So as soon as I get a different voice, I'll record it. But hey, if I'm going to go to work tomorrow and be bored out of my mind, I may as well do it really tired. There's a thing for a receipt for high-speed drills, angle brackets, and miscellaneous. There you go. I think it's time to get rid of that. Is that the same receipt I looked at last night? Probably. I've got another play button. I've been making another play button for Scott for his 100 subscribers. So, and I've got a lovely piece of hardwood that's cut out into a rectangle with a nice profile around the outside that's been routed on. So, how's it going? Hey, there we go. What? And a bit there for good measure. Really spooge it on. Why not? I'll do the thing I tell my students about hot glue. Hot glue is hot. When you glue things, don't try and touch them straight afterwards. Does anyone know why? Is it because it's cold glue? No, it's because it's bloody hot. If you touch hot glue after you've just used it, what do you think will happen? That's right. Ice creams will fall from the ceilings and you'll get a day off. That's all right. I just sort of, oh, no, I don't want to pick away at all of it. I just want little stringies off. There we go. To be fair, if it probably picks off that easily, it's probably going to pick off the whole thing quite easily. I'm going to go back to work with dirty working hands and probably be told about how that looks and how it looks for the school. That's okay. And I will say, yes, it looks really bad. I can understand that. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. Oh, shit. The only thing about these driver bits, not magnetic. It's going to make this job a bit of a bastard. Have I got a magnetic driver? No. It's only a big one. Hold on. Have I got a little one? No. No. Hold on. I'm on my third set of these. Because the insulation, it's always the first thing to go because I end up jamming it in, because it becomes my only screwdrivers that I use. You jam the thing in, to lever something out, and you rip the insulation off. Or is that just me? Oh yeah, that's there we go. It's on there. The hot glue is also providing an opportunity for the little light protector to grip onto something now, because it's not going to wobble around because it's now grabbing onto a big blob of hot glue. I'm going to call that repaired. Yay. I could be on that show on the ABC where they fix things, but, you know, they do it properly. Now, the next one, you'll like the next one. It's a lightsaber. It's actually a cheap as... No, really? I thought that was LucasArts. It's a cheap, rubbish lightsaber from the circus. And it has got a big ball on the end. And you know what? You wouldn't guess what went and happened, but he bloody cracked his ball off right in front of everyone at the circus. And does it separate? Nope, it doesn't separate. So again, I'm thinking copious amounts of hot glue. There's a lip here that obviously goes down into here to just cover these LEDs. And it just goes on there. I think a lot of hot glue, and just stick it on there and push it in. Shall we do that? Yes, let's. Bit on there, bit on there, just around here. Generous amounts of fucking hot glue. Right, go. Find that ledge. There it is. Push. Push, Mrs. Miggins. Breathe. We're here to support you. You know when you let go of hot glue and you can feel it still being a bit spongy? More clamping needed. I'm really going to shove it in there. I'm going to run a big bead of it around the outside because it's a crappy lightsaber knockoff. I'm sure my mum paid a lot of money for it, but that doesn't change what it is. It's just going to add to the ambience and the ability to dissipate the LED light. There we go. I mean, I think for an 8-year-old, surely an 8-year-old's going to go, thanks, it's fixed and it's not falling off yet. And I mean, the next time it gets dropped, it's going to fall to bits anyway, and it's a bit on the skew whiff, but who cares? Da, 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 da. Oh, da, 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 da. Epilepsy, strobing lights. Oh, that's quite nice. Oh, we could have a disco. Hold on, I'll turn the lights off. I'll turn the lights off. Yeah. Do 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 do. If the Pope owned a disco. Do do. Whoa. They used to trip me out at the nightclubs and they put on the strobe lights and you couldn't fucking see people moving properly anymore. There we go. 2 out of 2 fixed. I've kind of finished with a flurry this holidays. This is meant to be my good pallet wood for making more of those caddies. This is my good pallet wood. My bad pallet wood's outside because it's bad pallet wood. Bad pallet wood. Unplug the kettle because somebody will knock it over. So I'm just going to tidy up this little bit out here. I thought about, I've got this drawer full of junk. I thought about in the winter doing a series of 3D printing videos based around, you know, making some little organizing trays for the two drawers of, or the one drawer of junk on the miter saw stand. And so I thought, you know, I could make, you know, go in sections and say, okay, in this video I'm going to make a holder for my what have I got, like my drum sanding bits for the drill press, and you know, just have a rectangle, cut some piece, you know, cut some little, you know, holes into it, measure it up, and it could just be, you know, mostly going through the CAD and the printing process and then finishing with putting them in. That might be an easy way to produce videos when it's work time and it's kind of hard to get out in the shed too much. And also probably provide a bit of a jumping off guide for people that have a level of CAD skill that is the same as my own, so that, you know, people can see that even if you don't have a really good level of skill in CAD, you can still make stuff. You know, I mean, all these things they're just flat shapes with other flat shapes cut into them. You know, it's not particularly difficult. So that's my thinking. And I think next pay, buy some more of those drawers and organize the resistors. That would be handy. And find some more LR44s so I can put my little temperature and humidity monitor back on the Ender 3, because it currently is doing nothing. All right, well, I'm going to go on, I suppose, go to bed, try and get ready to get up and take Billy for a walk in the morning. But that's sort of all right, you know, holds the weight of the whole thing. That's probably as good as I can manage. And then the motorbike, well, it'll survive until the next time it does a death-defying jump off the kitchen table. Who knows when that'll be. I might find a lipo bag for these cells, though I don't think I really feel comfortable leaving them out. Although I've left them in a drawer for about 4 years, so they might be knackered anyway. Who knows? All right, Matt. And anyone else that happens to be watching, there is another person watching. It might be, oh, hang on. Language learning for beginners. Language learning for beginners. Language learning for beginners. I'll do this so it's a very active part of the stream. Language learning for beginners. There you go. All right. Until next time. Bananas, we can see them. Bye, mate. Have a good day tomorrow. Awkward moment. Oh, I copied that.